After almost more than 2 years, I think this COVID of 2 years really didn't allow us to meet, physically at least. Yeah, 2 years, COVID has been a challenging period for the entire humanity of the world. In India also we faced a lot of crises in COVID. Personal crisis in terms of people going away, health. But by God's grace, Gemini, we were able to manage COVID pretty effectively on a personal front, in the employees front and the families front, as well as on the business front. COVID period was a challenging period in terms of the risk factors, particularly the first and the second waves, but we saw the kind of commitment from the employees. Our factories ran full, and actually we really came out more strong after COVID. Gained in volumes, gained in market shares. So that was a challenge which we went through, and the resilience of the team really came in and stood. After COVID is over, we've seen the Ukraine war coming in, which was in February this year, which has posed a big challenge in the vegetable oils and overall commodity markets. Vegetable oils particularly because Ukraine and Russia are the largest producers of sunflower oil in the world and the largest exporters of sunflower oil. And we've been also buying a lot of oil, almost 80% of the oil was coming in from Ukraine. So that became a big challenge, and the prices of sunflower oil became disproportionately higher compared to other vegetable oils. And we being a sunflower oil company, definitely it was a challenge for us. But we've come out pretty well out of that, which I'm going to talk about it. Overall inflation in India has been a big concern. The government of India is very worried. Actually, even in the US, Joe Biden is talking about inflation. Europe, people are talking about inflation. Debate is going on now whether food is more important or fuel is more important, because a lot of food is getting diverted into biofuels. So that is again a big debate going on. I mean, it's man-made, I would say, because a lot of money has been pumped in by the Western world. A lot of money supply, which is chasing commodities, so prices went up. Now they have realized, so they are cutting down, raising interest rates. So things are happening, and the Indian government was particularly worried. I've been a part of our association, the Solvent Extractor Association team, where we won and met the government several times. The concern on inflation was genuine. State governments were very worried. So I think, but that is all behind us. Things are beginning to now come to a reality, and the prices started falling. Hopefully they should come down more and become more affordable for the consumer. Gemini, our journey has been a 12-year journey. We started our first plant in 2010, so we've been 12 years. Our brand also is almost 12 years old. But in this 12 years, actually, even though it's 12-year-old company, Gemini, but I've always said one thing whenever I address people, that it's like an old wine in a new bottle. The team at Gemini has been together for more than 30 years. Chandrika Reddy, you mentioned just now, the marketing head, we were together as colleagues in ITC more than 30 years ago. Likewise, so many people in Gemini have been together for more than 30 years. We were earlier in other companies. In this 12 years, Gemini has outperformed our peers way ahead. In all parameters, whether it is growth in volumes, whether it is growth in top line, growth in bottom line, market shares, on all fronts, Gemini has outperformed all the peers in our edible oil sector. We launched our brand 12 years ago, like I mentioned, and we are present only in 4 states, which is the states of Andhra, Telangana, Orissa and Karnataka. Despite that, we've been ranked number 1 in market share in the entire country. Despite that. So only in 4 states. And of course, in these, out of the 4 states, 3 states, we are by far the leaders. In Karnataka, we launched about 4 years ago, and we are now progressing there as well. In 2021-22, our top line was 10,500 crores with a volume of 770,000 metric tons annual volume. As a company, we believe in giving a sort of equal focus to all stakeholders, whether it is, one is the shareholders, that apart. We are talking of the value for money brand, which is a focus on consumers, where we believe that the consumers should get the right quality, the best qualities at the most affordable price, starting from there. employees. Today we are rated as amongst the great place to work. As an association, we've been ranked in that as a great place to work. And we compete with or compare with companies like Nestle, Hindustan Lever, Britannia, etc. We are up there in terms of employee satisfaction and enjoyment at workplace. We believe in relationship with suppliers, ancillaries, revenues to the government, and looking after our distributors and retailers. Make sure that all our distributors, retailers, our customers are interested in us. They get a good return on the investment that they make. That is why we have these people sticking with us for decades. You just seen our video of the plant. We can really boast of the best plants, not only in India, but anywhere in the world. They are automated, they have the high level of hygiene and quality control. So they are one of the best plants, and it obviously gives the best product and also most cost efficient. We have, I think we would be by far the best or the highest spenders on CSR activity. We do a lot of CSR work on education, on housing for the poor, medical, social security, these Bharosa centers, which are now really, I would say, one of the biggest things which Telangana government has done for the support to the women who are facing atrocities. We are great sponsors for the Bharosa centers. Akshay Patra Foundation, which gives food, free food across schools. We are supporting them as an institution. Our shareholder, the largest shareholder is Golden Agri. It is one of the largest palm plantation company in Indonesia. They are a listed company in Singapore, and then we have a private equity investor by the name Protera. So we have a good shareholder association who are experts in the business of vegetable oils. In about a year back, India Today ranked our brand Freedom as one of the top 5 brands in the country, not only in South India, in the country. So we are up there with the likes of Sundrop, Saffola, Fortune and Patanjali. We were amongst the 5 brands which are the top brands. Business Standard ranked us a few months ago as one of the top, amongst the top 30 most valued companies in India, non-listed. We were number 6 out of the 30. So we are the 6th most valued company in the non-listed category. Overall growth in the vegetable oils is still very robust. India still has a lot of catching up to do with the rest of the world. Our per capita is still lower than the world average. And within the edible oils growth, which is happening in India, the branded edible oils is growing even faster. So there is a great future as a branded oil player with the brand fully entrenched with market leadership. You definitely have an advantage in terms of an entry barrier. You provide, others cannot enter so easily in this space, so it gives an edge, and the growth is still guaranteed in the edible oil business. At least for the next 5 to 7 years, India will grow double digit in the branded edible oil space. We are focusing on our existing states of Andhra, Telangana, Orissa and Karnataka, and over the next 4-5 years we are going to get into other states like Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, which are on the northern and the southern side of the east coast of India where our plants are located. So if that means more plants, definitely more plants will be there. We may be looking at a project in Telangana as well. We are sort of filed a prospectus, a draft prospectus for an IPO for 2,500 crores. I think that's public knowledge. So major person exiting is a private equity investor who will be exiting. And this is an offer for sale. It is not a primary issue. So money is not coming in the company. The shareholders are selling. Our brands, Freedom brand is present across categories, across oils. It is not only sunflower. I mean, mostly people understand Freedom as a sunflower oil, but it is, we have mustard, we have groundnut, we got rice bran. We are also into palm and super palm oil variants. And we are also the largest spenders on advertising and marketing in our states, which is what has made Freedom as the #1 brand in the country. So, can I just request Chandra whether we can sort of show them the number one what we are. Thank you so much for your attention. So yeah, I think good question, because I didn't really elaborate. Even though the Ukraine stopped supplying sunflower oil to India, and Ukraine is the largest exporter, they export about 500,000 tons of sunflower oil every month to the world. But what happened was Russia started exporting more, because Russia is an equal producer of sunflower oil as much as Ukraine, but they were consuming internally for their own consumption. But because the prices went up, so they started exporting that sunflower oil which they were producing. Then Argentina came in and also started exporting sunflower oil. What happened was sunflower oil price before the war was equal to soybean oil. After the war, the price went up. As a knee jerk, it went up by $600 over soybean oil, but then gradually settled at $200 to $300 over soybean oil. At that price, other than India, there were no other takers for sunflower oil. That is why the Russian export and the Argentinian export oil was sufficient for India. And also in India, the consumption dropped a little bit. So India was importing about 2 lakh tons a month. Their imports came down to about 1.5, 1.25 lakh tons a month. Only the core demand of sunflower oil, which is the consumer pack, which is the 1, 2 and 5 liter pack, and little bit of the tin. Other consumers shifted to palm oil and maybe the cheaper rice bran oil or groundnut, various other oils. So as far as we are concerned, we were able to maintain about 70% of our core volume of sunflower in sunflower, because the prices went up, so 70% we are maintaining. And also we started selling more of palm, groundnut and other oils. So overall branded portfolio remained more or less the same. Sunflower oil, it's a temporary problem. It's a Ukraine war. Now war is a continuing thing. I don't know how long will it last. But things are settling down in Ukraine itself. The seed of Ukraine, crushing plants have started there, and oil is moving to elsewhere in Europe and getting exported to all over the world. They have also planted the new crop, where the planting time is now. It was in the month of May and June. So they have done good plantings. So they are also going to again harvest another crop in September, October. So the oil is now becoming normal availabilities, and even the premium of sunflower oil also has reduced. But having said that, we as a brand Freedom, we are into all oils. It's when sunflower is not available, the consumer has to buy some other fat. It's not that if sunflower is not there, they'll stop consuming edible oil. So we are there in every oil. So whatever oil is sold, Freedom is available. See, Indonesia put a ban on export of palm oil end of April. I think that was one of the most economically the worst decision by any country. Now imagine a country like Indonesia produces 4 million tons of palm oil every month. Their own consumption is only 500,000 tons. For biodiesel, another 600, 700,000 tons. And they export anywhere between 2.5 to 2.8 million tons a month. Now, if you put a ban on export for reasons of politics, or that their local consumers are getting a higher price, you got to realize, is higher price of palm good for you or bad for you? Now Indonesia should understand, if you export 3 million tons and consume 500,000 tons, higher price is good for them because they get a higher foreign exchange, higher earning. But they took that decision for whatever reasons. They accumulated oil, 1.5 months they did not export. The rest of the world, which is Malaysia, Thailand, PNG, other countries, exported enough palm oil, plus the consuming countries also consumed their own domestic production, and we never felt the shortage of oil anywhere in the world. And today the scenario has come where the prices have collapsed, and Indonesia is sitting on such a huge stock that they have to stop harvesting the fruit. So much of stock they are sitting on. So it has become a counterproductive move for them. It has actually harmed them rather than done good for them. And it has come to the benefit of the world because the prices have collapsed. Now palm oil has fallen by 30% in the last 1 month. Which was $1,900, today is $1,250 or $1,300. So I mean, at the end of the day, nothing can stop a normal economic scenario to take place. I mean, you're producing 48 million tons, you consume 6 million tons. if you ban export, what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to achieve nothing out of it. We have already reduced, in fact, we were the first company to reduce. You see, edible oil prices are online real-time movement with the international prices. So if the international prices come down, we also reduce price or increase price in line with that. So prices are coming down, we have also been reducing the price. In fact, MRP, which was 235 rupees a litre, has been reduced to 200 rupees a litre in the last 1 month. So we are the first ones to reduce price. And definitely, like I mentioned to you, the prices had gone up too much. Not only edible oils, all commodities in the world. Every country of the world is grappling with inflation today. But today, if you see, copper is at a 1.5-year low. Iron and steel prices have come down. Crude prices coming down. Vegetable prices are coming down. Every commodity is coming down. So in line, edible oil has also come down 30%. So prices are coming down, and hopefully they will come down more because they had gone up too much and too fast. Much more than what consumers can afford to pay. So you have to strike a balance between farmers and consumers when it comes to agri commodities. So prices may come down a little more, I think, yes.